Welcome to Prajavahini. I'm Archana Swamy.
When you hear a melody, it catches your attention. When you hear a soulful voice, it immediately enhances your mood. Today, I have one such voice with me who has made a significant mark in the music industry with her heart-rending performances on various platforms to her creative compositions. Her journey is one defined by passion, dedication, and a unique artistic vision. Her ability to infuse emotion into every note she sings has earned her a devoted fan base. And in today's fun chit chat, we get to know a little more about her personal life, her inspirations, and the experiences that have shaped her into the remarkable person she is today.
இரவும் பகலும் வந்தாலும் நாள் என்பது ஒன்றல்லோ பாதை இரண்டு வந்தாலும் பயணம் என்பது ஒன்றல்லோ இதயம் இரண்டு என்றாலும் காதல் என்பது ஒன்றல்லோ கண்ணோடு காண்பதெல்லாம் தலைவா கண்களுக்கு
A versatile singer with a mesmerizing voice, introducing Maalavika Sundar.
मालविका तुम्हारे लिए बनता है कि एक तो तू है खूबसूरती का समंदर, वाह, एक तो तू है खूबसूरती का समंदर, बहुत सुर है तेरे अंदर. You are outstanding today, Maalavika Sundar.
Thank you, thank you.
Welcome to Prajavahini, Maalavika.
Hey Archana, firstly, hello, thanks for interviewing me.
How excited are you to perform for the Bangalore audience?
I'm really looking forward because it's been quite a while since I've performed in Bangalore for open public. Of course, I do come for private gigs, corporates and wedding shows. But I think I previously sang before COVID, I performed at the Ganesh Utsav. And after that, I'm coming here now for an open public concert. So I'm really looking forward because I keep getting messages from a lot of people who admire my work and asking me to come and perform at Bangalore. So I'm really looking forward to today.
Great fan base for you here in Bangalore, for sure. So how do you choose your songs before your performance?
I just ask the client, or I just ask what the setup is going to be, and if they want how the audience is going to be, what age group, if it's going to be a multilingual, if they just want Tamil or Hindi or anything in particular. But yeah, it's pretty much very straightforward.
Okay.
Yeah.
May I know, just go back to the journey and what inspired to be a singer actually?
I don't know. My parents tell me that when after I was born, so they say the child either walks first, the child walks, or it talks. I think I just started to sing. That's what they say. It sounds very nice. Right? But yeah, when I was like 2 years old, before I could start walking, my parents, they keep telling me that I sang Emma Subbalakshmi Amma's Hanuman Chalisa. So they don't know Carnatic music, but they listen to a lot of Carnatic music. So I started singing with MS Amma's tape one day, and they decided to put me in a party class, just a normal Brahmin household. So they were all excited. So I started learning when I was 2.5. So ever since then, yeah.
I'm sure with whatever little I know about you, you are a child prodigy. You have won so many of the musical competitions, and how did life change as you kept growing in music?
It's been fantastic because I started learning when I was 2.5 years old, and until I was 23, I was doing Gurukula Vasam with my guru, Srimati Padmavati Anantagopalan, who's the sister of Sri Lalgudi Jayaraman sir, who's a violinist, yeah. So in Chennai only. So from 7th standard, when my family wanted to move to Delhi, my dad wanted to move to Delhi, I just told my dad, I don't want to come with you. I want to stay here and learn music. And my guru, she said, if a child is going to say something like that, I might as well take you as a, I'll keep you have to stay with me. So from 7th standard to until I was 23 years old, I stayed with her, and the routine used to be like so hectic. Yeah, definitely. So 4 o'clock I would wake up, 4 to 8 I would practice, and then go to school, and then come back. The school would get over at 3 o'clock, come back 3:30, because she's a disciplinarian. She's like very strict. And when I was learning from her, she was in her 70s. So she also learned music that way, and she feels that somebody who you know what, in a samarpanam, I don't know the right word for enna pandradhu therla in English. Yeah, okay, yeah, like onne samarpanam pannada, if you like give yourself for the to the art, and that's when you will just get or ink filler la vandu you'll just get one drop from the mighty ocean. That's what she says. So she was very happy that as a kid that I wanted to stay with her.
As a
and
child, was it not difficult for you to have that routine?
it was. I used to like, in fact, like, you know, தலையை பிச்சுண்டு எங்கேயாவது ஓடலாம் போல இருக்கும். But now, you know, looking back at it, I feel like, you know, life, so many things has happened in life, and I feel like I really wish I could just go back there. So I think when you are in the present, you probably don't realize its value or whatever. But yeah, after a few years, I'm like, too many things to do these days, family, this, that, concerts, recordings, everything. And like, I feel like, you know, I used to practice for 12-13 hours a day back then. And that discipline is what I think has brought me here. So yeah. And
Success doesn't come overnight, right?
It doesn't. It takes like different. For you, it might be different. For me, the route might be different. But yeah, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. Yeah.
So it seems like you're quite emotional with your music.
Yeah.
Can you please take us through your integrate part of your life? Like how important is music to you?
So initially when I started, more than me wanting to learn music or having a career out of music, more than that, I think I was very attached to my guru. So that's when I think, when I spoke about how, you know, I used to have lessons with her, I think my eyes teared up a little bit, because, you know, if not for her, I think a lot of things in my life wouldn't have happened, you know, because I really owe my I wouldn't call it success, because it keeps changing. I think, yeah, I have like a lot more things to reach. Yeah, I owe it to her big time, because I take pride in being this person, because I have a lot of discipline in my life. I'm very sincere to what I do. I do a lot of hard work. So it's all that. So and after that, being with my guru, that's when I think I got the essence of what music is. So first it started off with the person, obviously, right? When you just see somebody and you're so attracted, you're so inspired, you just want to be like them. So in fact, when I was with her, she was 70, she was in her 70s, and she used to like work all day. 4 o'clock na endi na paadven. If I go wrong somewhere, she would just say தூக்கத்திலேயே, she would be sleeping, she'd be like, and the Bhairavi Ragathla, that note is not right. She used to do that.
Music has become a part of her, like
Yeah,
every cell of
yeah.
her.
And she tells me that if you want to, like, if you're feeling bored practicing, just go and listen to somebody. You know, divert your music le da irukano, but you just have to like find different avenues to do something else. That's what she says. And after finishing, you know, she used to like teach other students as well. And after she would finish her teaching, she would come back and teach me from 10 to 12. And after that, she would sit and practice for 1 hour. She's a veena player, but yeah, she sings so well too. So yeah, such was her life. And after that, seeing that, it was like very inspiring for me, and I wanted to do that. You know, more I didn't think of music na career eduthuka poren avlola yosikla. I just
too
feel
young to think all
I just
that, right?
feel it naturally happened. And after my BCom, when I really thought about, you know, getting into a company or like working somewhere, I think I worked, I wouldn't say work, it was like a friend's firm, and they're like an event management company, and I just wanted to like see how things work, and I was not able to do it. I just feel like I don't belong there. So music just became an integral part of my life, watching my mommy do all the
most of your life to that.
yeah, I don't know anything else, that's what I would say, because I didn't live with my parents, I didn't see them for a very long time. And yeah, it's I feel very good that, you know, something like this happened in my life.
So you're so blessed to grow up with music. Now when you're performing, what is the kind of emotion you want to spread through your music?
Yeah, so what I feel is, since I told you that, you know, there has been a lot of you know, strict practice that has gone into my life for several years, I feel that sometimes when I sing and listen to my you know, what I have performed, I feel like the strictness or the, you know, too much of sticking to discipline and routine, no, that doesn't work with art. You have to like let go of certain things. It has to like flow. It has to flow. So I think as a performer, I'm trying to unlearn a lot of things, because when I started off with my film music career, when I got into Super Singer when I was 23 years old, I didn't know anything about film music. And I had to learn a lot of Tamil songs for that competition. And fortunately, I was able to stay till top 5 in that competition. I learned a lot of things. I had to like unlearn a lot of things. So the journey has been like this. Whenever you think that, okay, fine, you've like reached somewhere, I feel like, okay, fine, there's something else to learn. And I really like that in my life, because I think what is success to me in Keta, I would say I just want to stay a student all my life. And I think that's success to me. Like obviously, okay, in the pair, pugar, the fame and name, all that is there. And I'm really happy, I'm very fortunate. I feel I think I'm a very blessed child of God. But then I also feel that throughout my life, I just have to look up to something that I want to like learn. I just want to keep improving, keep exploring. Whether I fail or, win, that's different. I just want to like keep learning. Otherwise, yeah. So all these years after like 23 till now, I'm 35 now. And I think a lot of learning, unlearning has happened. And
isn't that the essence of life?
I think so. So it's very beautiful. So or a performer na paatena, I still think that, a lot of things when I go and listen to all my concerts that I've performed quite a few years back, it's so much different now. I feel like the soul has opened up,
The maturity.
Yeah, it's
the
just
process of
like
growth.
Yeah, it's just opened up. It's like much more nicer. And I say that there's miles to go before I sleep. So yeah, the journey.
Listening to your words, I feel like you're a deeply spiritual person. Is it?
No, I don't know. I wouldn't
You
call.
don't believe in the openness that's there in the world,
Yeah.
the growth that's available,
Yeah.
and the changes that one goes through.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to like contain myself like this is the only road to reach somewhere. I cannot box myself that way. I feel like everybody has to be very free. They have to feel free. That feeling. Yeah.
And feeling that enables you to be a better performer.
Of course, there's a lot of difference. Yeah, I think when I perform, I'm just in a very different zone. It's something. It's meditation for me.
Wow.
I have a party on stage with my musicians.
That was my next question. I in fact wanted to ask you, what's your biggest strength being a performer, being on stage?
My musicians, my boys. I think they're my family, and I feel that music obviously when I sing some song or if you're a performer and you're performing something taniya perform பண்ணும்போது, of course there's a lot of beauty in that. But when a lot of nice minds and great minds come together, it's a different.
That amalgamation in itself just brings out the beauty.
If you have to bring something like really nice, it needs to be a collective effort.
That's true.
Right? It's like நீயே பண்ண முடியாதுன்னு I feel. Or I just feel that நிறைய விஷயங்கள் நிறைய பேர்கிட்ட இருந்து வரணும். And the beauty is just something else.
Bringing all of that together.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot of dedication, a lot of commitment to the art you're being consistent with. But what are the challenges you face as a singer? I'm not asking the outside challenges.
No, I understand.
The challenges internally.
Yeah. I feel like I said, there's constant learning and unlearning. When Carnatic music when I had to come to cinema music, I used to think a song is all about notations, notes, swarams. Like in the swartla, in the part la enna irukku avladha irukku nenikiren. And I always used to feel that okay fine romba easy ah iruke idu appadina. Then after getting into that industry, I feel like how much emotion, how much of expression goes into one song, right? And you're just not singing for yourself, you're actually singing for a hero and heroine or like that for the scenario, and you have to like produce what is needed, the emotion, and that's so difficult. So I think everything has been challenging, because when I started film music career like 12 years back, my understanding to that was completely different. I think I'd never understood it back then. But over the years, I've like worked so much. So I wouldn't say there's always like so much more to learn. But Anna, idu or challenge I feel, because constantly you have to keep working. You cannot say that I've like mastered it. Okay. I think even Shreya Ghoshalji or Chitrama or AR sir for that matter, I think they are like kids.
But still they are.
They're like kids. Oh, இது புதுசா இருக்கா அது புதுசா இருக்கா இது பண்ணுவோம் அதை பண்ணுவோம் அப்படின்னு அது எப்பயுமே இருக்கணும். ஸோ அது சேலஞ்ச் கிடையாது. ஐ திங்க் அது நம்மளுக்குள்ள ஒரு சேலஞ்சாக இருந்ததுன்னா இட் வில் பி பெட்டர் ஃபார் யூ டு லைக் எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் more. That I feel before a performance, I feel like your challenge as in like you have to like since I'm a singer, you have to take care of your voice and what you do to make sure, because it's a performance, like whether the goal is always to like give the best and entertain the audience, right?
You might be having a different day at home, right? But you still, when you're on
You
the stage,
just have to like smile like nothing else happened, because a lot of people who are coming to listen to your watch your performance, they are going to forget, watching you, and you can't bring some other energy there. So that you have to make sure that you're in a mind space, you have to like train your body, your mind, and vocal exercises. Like before I get onto the stage, I make sure I like do some like 100 jumping jacks, and like I try to do push-ups and everything. Yeah, because I want that energy. Because I think I want to give that energy to the audience. Like, come on, let's have a party.
That's lovely. I would want to watch your performance today.
Today it's going to be different because it's like a
Quite
very
festival.
intellectual crowd, and I'm like, we had a different set when we were discussing like 2 days back, and after coming here we thought like, okay, fine, maybe we have to tone it down a little bit. So yeah.
You be you. The audience will.
No,
sink
I'm
into
this
the
and
music.
that also. So I think if this is what is needed for the audience, I cannot do an ooh antava mom. I can't do that here. So yeah.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
When it comes to addressing audience about what they want, how do you satisfy the inner artist in you by projecting a part of you which is probably not the major side of your choice?
So we always draw, a percentage of what we want to perform, and then go to audience request or whatever. That way, both the things are balanced. Because for me, growing up as a Carnatic musician, I always like to bring Carnatic influence into all the songs. And I think that's my style. Back then I used to feel a little bad about என்னடா இது என்ன பாடினாலும் கர்நாடிக்கா இருக்க சொல்கிறாளே அப்படின்னு நினைப்பேன். But now I feel like, hey, this is me. This probably only I can do this. Like,
That's your style.
like I'm not saying I'm not boasting here. It's just like in the style, I think I'm doing a good job and I like it.
You're doing great.
So thanks.
How do you balance your on-stage persona with your off-stage personality?
I think I'm just the same.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just a little filtered on stage maybe.
Okay.
Because I cannot say like kanapina vartha. Like I kind of feel that I always feel I'm just a person in the mind la vandona, it's just like there's no filter, it just comes spontaneously.
There's no two faces.
It's very difficult. If I have to like think something and say, I just like I get very stressed. Like, oh, think pani solanuma, think pani pace. Because that's why when I also like go for interviews, when people say these are the questions that they're gonna, I was like, don't tell me. Then I'll start preparing. The person inside me is like, okay, so she's gonna ask this, he's gonna ask this, okay, fine, what I have to give the best answer. Like, I think there's one overthinking in my head, so I just want to go with the flow. And that happens on stage also. It's just that அவ்வளோ ரொம்ப இந்த அளவுக்கு இருக்காது. It will not be like this. It'll be a little கொஞ்சம் சட்டலாக இருக்கும். Yeah.
Music has no language is what they say, but it still reaches everybody's heart. Yeah. So how blessed and how happy are you to reach so many hearts and help them heal, get happy, whatever emotion?
I don't know, Archana. I think I just want to phrase it in Tamil. எந்த ஜென்மத்தில் பண்ண புண்ணியமோ I'm doing whatever I'm doing now. Right? So தெரியல, I feel like as musicians, we are very like music தெரிஞ்சாலே, like I feel like to listen to music is a blessing. To listen to music and then அதை internalize பண்றது is another blessing. To be a rasika of music is another blessing. Then to actually learn the art form and then perform and be so blessed to like connect with a lot of people. அவளோட கஷ்ட நஷ்டங்கள்லாம் எல்லாம் மறந்து to just like there have been people like who just like say like thank you for today, there's something that happened, like thank you for today அப்படினு சொல்லும்போது it's just like the heart is so full. And as you said, music has no language, because I do a lot of languages. Like I sing in Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, Punjabi, Assamese, and Hindi. எனக்கு எந்த லாங்குவேஜ்மே தெரியாது. I just know English and Tamil, and I think my thinking language is Tamil. I'm able to articulate things better when I speak in Tamil, you know. But like you said, for me it's the sound that connects. It's the sound. When I really connect with the song, then probably if I want to understand the meaning, my parents speak Hindi, and I know a lot of people like friends who speak different languages, and then I connect. But for me, I think the basic is like the sound that attracts to me. I think that's, I don't know for others, but for me, if it's the sound and emotion, I just want to learn that song. It's just that for me. And
Is that quality of yours, do you think, has taken you to places?
like connecting with sound, I don't know, maybe irkalam. If I'm actually trying to learn a lot of languages, I think it's sound, and I think I'm happy to like, you know, entertain people in a wider spectrum. தமிழில் மட்டும் பாடாமல் இதுவும் பண்ணுறேன் அதுவும் அப்படின்னு பண்ணும்போது I just feel like I'm connecting with more audience, and connecting with more audience is something that all artists want.
You have had in all the South Indian languages except in Kannada, I feel. When are Kannada audience getting blessed hearing your music in a film?
So basically now I have not sung in any other language apart from Tamil.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've not, when I say I sing in a lot of other languages, it's my stage performance that I talk about. And Kannada, like people who are watching, if you know some music director, please show this interview, and I would be very happy to sing.
We would be happy.
For sure. If you know somebody, Archana, like, yeah.
Definitely, let's
Tell them,
connect. And what's your mantra for life?
I don't know. I just think I want to live in the present. That's all.
What can get better than that?
That's all. I don't know. I just want to like stay in the present, because there's a lot of things happening in our lives, you know, and we just like get so carried away. And not recently, quite a few months back, I just wrote a song. So I've started to write songs as well.
Wow.
So it's all in Tamil. Probably like you'll get to listen to a couple of songs today if you're there. So it talks about how we're all running a rat race. It's competition everywhere. And but you have to understand, including me, that there's nobody like you outside there. One madri irpa, you know, there might be some similarities, but you can do you, nobody else. So I think adalla, so let's just forget about like rat race. Ivaloda compete pannu, avala compete pannu. Competition is good, I'm not saying, because I'm also a very competitive person, but on the competition I think we all should channelize to, you know, to bring a better inner self, like in the nammala innu better aakikkiradhu dhaan irukanume thavara it shouldn't like spoil what is there. You know, the world needs all that positive energy. So I there's a lot of things that I like keep thinking to myself. So these are some of the things. So I wouldn't say mantrava theriyala, but these are things that I am trying to imply in my life.
Wow. When I searched, the first line I found was soulful music and the person with a versatile voice. And when I'm seeing you, you're vibrant as an individual and a very happy person inside out. So I think I'm liking the combination of it. And apart from music, what are the other things that makes you and you love to do?
I love dancing. I love acting. So apart from performing like music, I also like take part in theatre plays in Chennai. Like I've done a couple of English plays and then like few Tamil plays. So even when I come and perform as a performer, what I want to bring into the table is like when you watch a movie, right? It's acting, dancing, music, everything is there. So I want to recreate that on stage.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not just edo kanna mudindu keta, it's like very nice. No, it should like visual treat avum irukuno, audio treat avum irukuno. It should be something else that you experience on screen. That's what I am like. Yeah, the search has been that only, like, and I think I'm working on that like very actively, and I'm trying to bring in some difference to my performance every time I get onto the stage. So I love dancing, I love acting, I like you know, watching Friends. Then I like my family is my strength. They're everything to me, and my family includes konja friends also. And our friends are paaka mudiyadhu. They're just family to me. And for me, like, stress buster is just like spending time with them, you know, just like randomly talking. So these are the things that I really like doing. And I like playing shuttle, then trampoline la gudika pidikum. all these things. Yeah.
You're such a kid. I love the energy that's coming from you. What are the things that you do to probably unwind? Are these sports, or like do you write something in specific?
Writing, I do not know. Just to like unwind, I don't write for sure. This writing thing, it has to like from somewhere, some idea will just like crop into my head. And I think I write about very normal stories, like just relevant stories that you're able, like not something like very intellectual, not something that's quite beyond your understanding. I cannot do that. I don't think I can do that. I'm not that. Very simple. ரொம்ப எளிமையாக இருக்கிறது, ரொம்ப சிம்பிளாக இருக்கிறது, which people can connect. That's what I do. So, but writing is not something that I do to unwind.
So what brings you to poetry festival?
I don't know. Like, yeah, when Akhila from Alap, she reached out to me. I said, எனக்கு போய்ட்ரிக்கும் எனக்கு சம்மந்தமே கிடையாது. But speaking about that, I really enjoy sometimes reading and listening to Mahakavi Subramanya Bharatiyar's songs. And I'm able to connect with it so much, like how he was so progressive at that time, like how he speaks about how women should be like free, it's all women. And I think chinna vayasla, I think I connected with a lot of I wanted like to have a lot of guy friends. And the more I get older, I feel like women, I connect with a lot of women, and andha madri subjects like is very fascinating to me. I read, and even when it comes to poetry, enala book lende padikka mudiyadu. I like it when my tata talks to me as a story. And so from there, even my songwriting has been like a story. So every time I have a couple of songs that I'm working on, and one that I'm going to perform today, it has like a story before the song starts, where I actually tell them I prepare them like this is the character for this song, and I just like educate just have a conversation. So I think storytelling, and I just get sucked up into it. Even as a child, I've always like looked up to my tatas, attai, attimbir. எனக்கு எதா கதை சொல்லுங்க ப்ளீஸ், எதா கதை சொல்லுங்க, மகாபாரதம், ராமாயணம். And that has impacted me so much. So poetryன்னு சொல்லும் போது I don't read, but somehow all these story listening has helped me write. And எனக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப பிடிச்சது அப்படின்னு பார்த்தா மகாகவி சுப்ரமணிய பாரதியார் தான், because I'm able to relate to his writing. So I think that's the connection that I have. Apart from that,
you don't like write as such, but maybe listening to a lot of stories, there's a beautiful storyteller in you. When you're narrating your stories also, it comes up as a very beautiful story. The saga continues. So in the same story, please also tell us about your journey, which inspires other people, and how they can probably take your path or probably choose their own path. What suggestions you would give them?
Practice is very important. Like whatever you do, practicing and learning and working hard is very important. I don't know if it if you're able to understand what I'm saying, but I personally feel if you want to like be somewhere, it's not necessary that music or dance or art form on kadayadu. Even if you're in a corporate job, like right, you have to practice to be really good at what you want to do. And then like practice பண்றது தவிர, I think you have to take time off so that when you get back to it, you're more creative. So I think the creative process, like just be like a fire. Don't contain yourself. I have done that in my life. So I feel like probably at a very young age, free விட்டுருந்தா, I would have been இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் வேறு ஏதோ பண்ணியிருக்கலாமோ அப்படின்னு that constant இது is there. So just be like a fire, just do whatever you want, and as far as you don't hurt anybody's feelings and don't hurt anybody else, it's there. Maybe people or your parents or your friends, or they might say என்ன இதெல்லாம் எடுத்துட்டு இருக்க, don't do all of this அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது. But if you have that fire in you, I think you will automatically do it. None of other people's words or this is going to stop you. And just be you, avladha. You don't compare yourselves with others. You can take inspiration, like how sometimes I feel like MSM out on their tone is nice, so probably I have to practice that tone. Arijit oda and the tone is nice. I really like how he has worked so much on his sound, because the moment you hear Arijit's voice, you just feel like crying. Like though and the mari or soulful songs kekamode, you just feel like oh my god. So I think just be you. You can take inspiration, but never try to be somebody else, because what you have in you is completely different, and if it comes out that way, it's going to be so much more beautiful and people are going to value it and you're going to cherish it. And then just be humble.
As you are.
It's thank you, I like it, but I feel like எவ்வளோதான் ஆர்ட்டில் பெரிய விஷயமா பண்ணியிருந்தா கூட when you stay grounded and when you're humble, you know, it's a different kind of high.
Definitely. So, from the teen Maalavika who was performing, practicing for 10, 12, 14 hours a day, to today's Maalavika who's not only performing on stage but like still dedicated to her routine. What is the growth you have seen from there till here, and what are the qualities in you that put you on this platform today?
It's just, yeah, commitment, working hard. And when somebody tells me that you can't do one song, I'll be like, you know what? You should see me after like few hours. You know, because if you really like that song, it needn't be like the original song. Like it needn't sound like how Chitrama or Chinmay or Shreya Ghoshal or Shankar Mahadevan have sung. But if you really like that song and if you're like so dedicated to it, devoted to it, I think something beautiful will come. Like, oh, not a voice, let's going to sound something else, like beautifully. So I think it's again and again I'm like just telling idudha appadine. So yeah.
So let me end with one last question. You're quite active on social media,
Yeah.
and you keep posting your videos. But how connecting with people has changed it for a different purpose or whatever choice you have taken? So what do you want to convey your message? Like, be it on social media or be it in live audience, what is that you want to put through as what Maalavika is?
I have no message, to be very honest. I just all the social media things that you see is like, I'm just, every time I put something, I'm just reconnecting with myself, and that's what people want to see. They just want to see your true self, because with the growing Instagram and everything, we all see that, you know, we all get sucked up into a lot of filters, this, that, a lot of masks. Nammaloda, even without our knowing, we start putting a lot of masks. I'm sure I have a lot of masks now, because theriyama, but I feel like evlo durom I'm at least trying to, like, you know, like take it off whenever I see it. Oh, okay, I've done this, maybe it's like time to take off that mask. So I am just like having fun on social media. I just want to like put whatever I feel like, instead of like, I want my profile to look like you know, not a corporate thing. It should feel like very personal. Like when you talk to me, when you see my social media, oh, I'm able to connect with her, she's so real. That's what I want.
That's true.
That's what I do. So I don't have any social message or something like that. I just like have fun.
Thank you so much, and all the best for your performance for today's
Archana,
evening.
thank you so much for interviewing me.
Thank
I
you,
really had
Maalavika.
a wonderful time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maalavika.